Hello everyone, welcome back to Wellness North Counselling. My name is Aditi and I am a registered clinical counselor, a mental health clinician here in British Columbia, Canada. Today I'm going to talk with you 5 ways in which we can untwist our thinking. So if you have a negative mindset and if you think your mindset is standing between you and your success, between you and your dreams, then practicing these techniques can really help you find a different way to think about your thoughts. All right, so first one, let's talk to ourselves the way we talk to our friends. So for a moment, think of a negative thought you might have thought about this morning, this week, or something that's on your mind and has been disturbing. So many times we are our own worst critics. We talk to ourselves negatively, and I'm asking you to be very kind and compassionate to your own self. We have this negative self-dialogue, this negative self-talk going through our heads all day long. So I'm telling you to be very kind and compassionate to your own self, just as you are with your best friends. So you're going to be very kind to yourself. If you have a negative thought, for example, I am a failure, examine the evidence. What is the truth in this statement that says I am a failure? So you're really investigating, is this 100% right? I'm sure if you think about it, you might be able to come up with some experiences, some events in the past when you were not a complete failure. There must be some success stories somewhere in your past. So examine your past. And when you examine your past, you are able to move from black and white thinking, I'm a failure, I'm a success, into more neutral zone, more gray zone. So when we develop gray patterns of thinking, then we are able to overcome this black and white thinking, and we can examine the evidence that says otherwise. So negative thoughts, examine them. What is the truth in this statement? Is it a fact? Is it an opinion? Is it like sun rises in the east? Is it a fact like that? Or is it my own mindset coming in my way? So we are examining the evidence. We are being kind to ourselves. We are developing more gray way of thinking rather than black and white. Because when we have black and white, then there is no zone for mistakes. So when you do make a mistake, don't think of it that I am a failure or I cannot do anything right, because you have done some things right. Even getting out of the bed this morning is a success sometimes. All right. So the next one is we are going to remove should, would, could from our vocabulary. I should have done this. I should have studied for this test. Now I have gotten a bad grade. Of course, you should have studied for the test, but now it's in the past. So instead of saying I should have, think of it, how can I learn from this experience? Instead of saying I should have studied for the test, change your vocabulary, change the semantics. I can give myself more time to be prepared for this exam. I can pass this driving test by practicing more rather than saying I should have practiced more. Now I have failed my driver's test. So I'm learning from this experience. Yes, I should have practiced more, but we are not using the should. Instead of saying I should have studied more, now I'm saying I'm going to learn from this experience. I need to practice more. I'm going to practice more, and I'm going to succeed in my next driving test, as opposed to I should have studied. So the last one is sometimes we use a survey method. For example, I'm a fool, I'm stupid. Those are our negative cognitions. So if your thought is I'm stupid, ask 100 people. Will they say yes, you're stupid, or will they say no, you made a mistake, you can learn from this, or do they see some positive traits in you? Recap 5 ways you can change your negative mindset, your negative thinking is: first, examine the evidence. If the thought says I am a failure, what is the proof? You say, okay, I lost my job, but that doesn't mean you're a failure. Okay, I failed my driver's test doesn't mean you're a failure. Might be certain experiences, certain events that might have happened in your life that show that you are a partial success, if not 100%. Also, what is your definition of success? How would you define success? What would make you say that you are successful? So we are changing our mindset from negative, making it more realistic and positive. So we examine the evidence so that we can challenge the negative thought. Then we talk to ourselves with kindness and compassion, just like we would talk to our friends. We are changing our black and white thinking, making it a little bit more gray by giving ourselves more options. I'm a failure, I'm a success. Somewhere in there, we all have our fair share of challenges, roadblocks, and we overcome them by changing our mindset. Our mind is powerful. If we can change our thoughts, we can create a little bit more positive effect in our lives. We are also changing the languaging around our thoughts. I should have done this. I could have done this versus I'm going to learn from this, or we are changing the way we are wording those thoughts. I should have called my friend. Well, I could not call my friend, but I'm going to call them now. So we are changing the wording from should, would, could, more broader, more lenient, more flexible words. Last but not least, using the survey method. So if I'm only seeing negative things in me, can I ask 10 of my friends? And if 5 or 6 have a different opinion than other 4 or 5, that shows that my thought that I'm a failure is not 100% accurate. Hopefully, you can use these tips, these ways to untwist your negative thinking. All the best. Hopefully, you will subscribe to this video if you liked it. Please share it with your friends and family, and we will bring more wellness tips for you. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button.